Good day, everyone. I'm Professor Jason Timtiman, and today we're going to explore a fascinating concept, Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. This theory challenges the conventional idea that intelligence is one-dimensional, measured purely through IQ tests. Instead, Gardner suggests that intelligence comes in many different forms, each of which is important in its own right. To begin, let's ask ourselves, what is intelligence? For many years, we've defined intelligence through standardized testing, essentially a measure of logical mathematical reasoning and linguistic abilities. However, Gardner's groundbreaking work in 1983 introduced us to a much broader view of intelligence, which includes a range of distinct capabilities. By recognizing that intelligence is multifaceted, we can better understand how people think, learn, and succeed in the world. So let's take a deeper look at the 8 types of intelligence Gardner identified. According to Gardner, intelligence is not a single entity, but rather a collection of distinct abilities. The theory revolutionized the way educators think about students' potential and the variety of ways in which people learn. Now, before we dive into the different intelligences, it's essential to understand what Gardner was challenging. Traditional intelligence is often measured through standardized tests, focusing heavily on logical and linguistic skills. But Gardner felt that this approach is limited. It doesn't account for the diverse ways individuals excel. In fact, many highly intelligent individuals may not score well on traditional IQ tests, but are exceptional in other ways, like creativity or social awareness. Gardner proposed that intelligence isn't a single entity, but rather a combination of multiple distinct abilities. Here are the 8 intelligences: linguistic intelligence, logical mathematical intelligence, spatial intelligence, musical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, and naturalistic intelligence. Each of these intelligences represents a different way that individuals understand and interact with the world around them. Let's take a look at each one in more detail. First, we have linguistic intelligence. This is the ability to use language effectively, whether in writing, speaking, or reading. People with strong linguistic intelligence often excel in storytelling, writing, and public speaking. Think of authors, poets, or lawyers who craft compelling narratives and arguments. If you're a person who loves words, books, and debating ideas, you may have strong linguistic intelligence. We have the educational application, encouraging students to write essays, engage in debates, and analyze literary works. Next is logical mathematical intelligence, which refers to the ability to think logically, solve mathematical problems, and recognize patterns. Those who excel in this area are usually strong in analytical thinking and scientific reasoning. They enjoy problem solving and abstract thinking. Engineers, mathematicians, and scientists are often in this intelligence. Using puzzles, experiments, and problem-solving activities in teaching are some of the educational applications. Now let's go to spatial intelligence. Spatial intelligence is the ability to think in 3 dimensions. People with this intelligence are good at visualizing spaces, navigating environments, and manipulating objects. Architects, artists, and surgeons often possess this intelligence as they can envision spaces, draw blueprints, or perform complex procedures based on spatial reasoning. Educational application incorporating maps, diagrams, visual arts, and 3D modeling in teaching. Now let's talk about musical intelligence. This intelligence involves sensitivity to rhythm, pitch, and tone. Musicians, composers, and conductors have strong ability to understand and create music. If you ever found yourself tapping your foot to a beat or humming a song, you might just be tapping into your own musical intelligence. Educational applications using music, songs, and rhythms to reinforce learning concepts. Moving on to bodily kinesthetic intelligence, this is the ability to use your body effectively to solve problems or create something. Dancers, athletes, and surgeons often excel in this area. They have exceptional control over their body movements, and they can learn through physical activity. So if you ever felt like you've learned best by doing, this intelligence might be strong in you. Educational application incorporating physical activities, hands-on projects, and role-playing in lessons. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to understand and interact with others. People with high interpersonal intelligence are excellent at reading people's emotions, motives, and desires. They are often good communicators and work well in social environments. Teachers, counselors, and leaders tend to be high in this type of intelligence. Educational application, group activities, collaborative projects, and fostering communication skills. Next is intrapersonal intelligence. This refers to the ability to understand yourself deeply, your emotions, motivations, and inner states. People with strong interpersonal intelligence are self-aware and reflective. They are good at setting personal goals and managing their own behavior. Writers, philosophers, psychologists are often examples of people with high intrapersonal intelligence. Educational application, encouraging self-reflection, journaling, and mindfulness practices in students. Finally, we have naturalistic intelligence, the ability to recognize, categorize, and draw upon features of the environment. People with this intelligence are attuned to nature and can recognize patterns in the natural world. Environmentalists, biologists, and farmers tend to excel in this intelligence. Educational application, outdoor learning, nature walks, and studying ecosystems. The role of multiple intelligence in education. So why is all of this important in education? Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences allows us to move away from a one-size-fits-all approach. By recognizing that people learn in different ways, we can design educational systems that engage all types of learners. For example, a lesson on history could incorporate storytelling for linguistic learners, debates for logical learners, and even role-playing for bodily kinesthetic learners. Practical application, activities and assessments that cater to different intelligences such as group projects, artistic tasks, or hands-on experiments. The benefits of applying MI theory in the classroom are numerous. Students become more engaged as they can explore topics through their strengths. They also feel empowered because they know their intelligence isn't limited to just one type. Moreover, it encourages creativity, fosters a love for learning, and ensures that no one is left behind. Diverse assessment. Assessment can move beyond traditional tests to include projects, performances, and portfolios. Of course, as with any theory, there are criticisms. Some argue that Gardner's intelligences overlap and aren't as distinct as he proposed. Others points out that there's limited empirical evidence providing the theory's effectiveness in classroom setting. But despite these criticisms, MI has had a profound impact on education, encouraging us to think more deeply about how we teach and learn. In conclusion, Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence provides a more holistic and inclusive understanding of intelligence. It encourages us to recognize and celebrate the diverse ways people excel in the world. Whether you're a visual learner, a logical thinker, or a natural-born leader, there's a place for your intelligence to shine. Thank you for your attention, and I encourage you to think about which of these intelligences you possess. How can you apply them in your daily life? Thank you once again for your time. If you have any questions or would like to discuss any of the concepts further, feel free to ask. Let's continue to explore how we can use our unique strengths to make a positive impact in the world.